Starting us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Capella.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior, and he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding, and that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star, but from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, "I never saw myself playing at this level. There were times I didn't know if I even belonged in the NBA. I guess you could say I'm surprised." Now, Kevin, every player has those doubts at the beginning, but few overcome them the way Kemba has.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. A lot of pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open-floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Reddish. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Smart the guards. And it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. Now here is Young. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Walker. Young's shot is off. Tatum finds Walker. Back to Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Tatum's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Celtics. Now, here is Young. 29 points for him last game against Orlando. Capella, the pass to Collins. Now, here's Reddish. He's guarded closely. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
First free throw is good.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
He hits both from the stripe. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
To the inside. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Smart's got 5 points so far.
Okay, Gordon Hayward, we know you're an all-star level talent as a scorer. Now you're just showing off with that pass.
Young drives in, lays it up and banks it in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Smart kicks to Tatum. Celtics passing it around. Here's Walker. Here's Cantor. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Young drives in, and it's good. 2 points. Young's got his second basket of the game.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, it's hard to close off the lane.
Here's Walker. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the Celtics with possession here after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Tatum. 6 to shoot over Collins. He doesn't hit that one. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Now here's Reddish, guarded by Smart. Young inside, working on Walker. Passes it to Hayward. Now Cantor. He had 22 points in the win against Charlotte. And Capella sends it back. Here's Reddish. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. About this time of the year, we hear early talk about end-of-the-season awards. When you're thinking about who you'd vote for MVP or whatever, Doris, when do you start giving consideration to those topics?
You know what's fascinating, Kevin, is where all the major awards are considered, particularly the MVP, it feels like there's a narrative that develops back when the season starts. The key as a voter, I think, is to sort of eliminate the noise, look at the numbers, consider the success of teams, and make your decision from there. You've got to make sure you're really doing your research.
And sometimes, am I right, it comes down to the final couple days of the regular season before a voter like yourself knows for sure.
Kev, I have cast my MVP ballot on the last possible day in each of the last 3 years.
Wow. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Hands it from downtown. Smart's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics.
Well, though he's not known as a prolific three-point shooter, Marcus Smart takes his time, delivers. That's a big-time shot.
Now, here is Young. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Walker against Young. Shot's good by Walker.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The Hawks trail by 4. And here's Young. Pass to Capella. He dishes it to Collins. Knocks it loose. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
A moment now to see the numbers for Smart. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 12 points, just over 2 steals, and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Good on the second free throw.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. That's good from Capella. That one is no good.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And, Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
And Young kicks to Hunter. And the pass to Capella. Shoots over Cantor. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his second basket of the night.
You know, it seemed to me they were shying away from a foul there. The D still has to be a little bit more physical than that. He's got to feel you.
Celtics leading by 4. Walker the pass to Cantor. Outside Tatum. Pass to Walker. The 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Hawks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Young finds Collins.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised. Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Young against Walker. Here's Collins, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And he knocks down the first one. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, 2 guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are two of the most complete, dominant two-way big men in today's game.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. In fourth, the Celtics.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering. Here's Brown. Rebounded by the Hawks. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Well, you know this, Greg, because you played in the NBA. You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Wanamaker, the pass to Tice. Back to Wanamaker. Brown outside. Shot from the wing, and the jumper falls for him. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Tries from 10. The Hawks again can't hit. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Smart misses. For Atlanta, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Passes it to Herter. Here's Teague. Got a hand on it. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown in transition, a phenomenal finisher in the open floor.
The Hawks trail by 4. Teague with the ball. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the middle. There's the steal. Here's Wanamaker. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Herter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. A nice shot by Teague.
Boy, it'll take more than that to stop Jeff Teague. Just determined to score despite any obstacle.
Here's Wanamaker. Now here's Smart. Knocked away. 5 on the clock, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Clint Capella. 2nd in rebounding, 10th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking 2nd in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. Puts it up from 15. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Bembry. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Here's Wanamaker. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Williams with the ball and guarded by Capella. Here's Brown, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness, bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
That free throw good from Brown.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
Atlanta making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And Brown drops them both. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Now here's Teague after Jaylen Brown's miss. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter. Can't hit from in close. The Hawks trailing. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Here's Wanamaker. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Tice. 1:14 left in the first quarter. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. The Hawks shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Here's Jones. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
The Celtics shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game.
Shooting two.
And the first one drops.
And on top of the talent, the physical ability, Williams, just a coachable kid and really picks things up quickly.
And Williams drops them both. 59 seconds left to play in the first. There's the pass to Jones. Back to Teague. At the elbow, Jones. Williams with the block. And he gets it back. And Herter gets it to go.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Charlotte. Here's Wanamaker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Bembry misses.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Now Brown. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Well, that's big time hustle on the defensive end. Teague altering that shot thanks to his energy.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hawks on top, leading by just one. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays, on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the court right now for the Hawks, you've got Dwayne Dedman. Bembry out there with Teague. Then it's Jones. And it's Herter in at the 3 slot. First one falls for him. And doors for Jeff Teague. He's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision. He cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
Walker's checked in for the Celtics. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career, and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Kev.
On the free throw, no good. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, this is what they love seeing from Jaylen Brown, the aggressiveness down near the cup. This guy's attitude, tremendous.
Teague drives in.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Jaylen Brown. Averaging 13 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And he makes the first.
Well, there's so much value in how Jeff Teague runs an offense. He's got great speed. He plays hard on both ends of the floor. I think any organization would be lucky to have this guy.
Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Boston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He was all alone on that one.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Teague. He has 6. Dishes it to Jones. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Hawks have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. Boston making some changes. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. And then for Atlanta, John Collins, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Reddish comes in for Kevin Herter. Young is subbed in for Teague. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Passes it to Cantor. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Enes Kanter embraces physicality, and if he wants to score it, he's going to play right through the defense.
And Young kicks to Reddish. Pass to Jones. In the corner, it's Hunter. Clock at 6. Over Hayward. That one off the back iron and out. Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Back to Walker. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. A miss that time would have put him up. Here's Young. Banked in off the glass. Young's got 6.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. Kicks to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. That one no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Celtics now, trailing by 5. Tatum passes to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Boston again missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And this is where Walker thrives, an assertive long-distance shooter.
Young taking his time here. Rebounded by the Celtics. Kanter's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I'll tell you, Kanter's jump shot is very consistent. The defense has got to respect it, which is why that pump fake becomes effective.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Kanter.
And to me, guys, there's a level of physicality that Enes Kanter provides that's important to his team. He is unafraid of anyone, and that in and of itself is crucial.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Damian Jones. Second free throw, no good. The Hawks leading. Here's Young. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Boston's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Down low. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
The Celtics have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
One shot.
Brown no good on the free throw. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Reddish with the slam.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. And here's Walker. He's got 5. Now the pass to Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Young with the ball. He's got 8. Outside Collins. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 5. Over Hunter. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
The Hawks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and true set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Here's Brown, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
And here is Brown following the three-pointer from Cam Reddish. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Don't you love how physical Jaylen Brown is? This guy is not afraid to draw contact.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Williams, he's checked in for Cantor. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Hawks have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Boston. He kicks to Walker. Williams trying to break free. No good. His 5th missed shot from the field. He's made 3. On its way from Young for 2. He drains the quick shot. Young's got 10 points in the game.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Walker. 7 points in the game. Outside Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. 7 points in the game.
Jason Tatum's form is pure on the catch and shoot. So nice.
With some arc, and he lays it up and in. 12 points for Trae Young.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Boston with the ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
4 on the clock. Tatum passes to Walker. Collins with some nice D.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know, this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense. What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Tatum for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Hayward. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Kevin Huerter comes in for Hunter. Bembry's checked in for Reddish. And it's Teague in for Young. Bembry shot good. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Smart passes to Tice. To the paint. Here's Wanamaker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Teague. He's got 6. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Here's Smart. He had 13 points in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Ripped away. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Teague's got the ball. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Bembry misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Smart wide open. He fires from outside off the mark. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Huerter, and he lays it straight in. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Boston's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Outside Tatum. Passes to Tice. And the layup's good off the glass. Tice has got his first points of the game.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Pass to Dedmon. Back to Teague. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering. The pass to Smart. Back to Wanamaker. Five to shoot. Dedmon with the block. They recover it. Offensive rebound out to the right wing. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got 7 points.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
T kicks to Capella. Pass to Bembry. In the corner. Huerter with it. Over Tatum. Great D that time from Tatum.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out the defense. Coming out of the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Cantor in at the 5. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. The lead is 2. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. We start a 3-game homestand with that game.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Here's Walker. There's the dish to Tatum. From 13, it's hauled in by Clint Capella.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Now Walker outside Tatum. A floater kept alive. Here's Cantor, and Capella sends it back, and he recovers it, and he's able to get it back.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's averaging 19 points per game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
The first one falls. And Cantor drops them both. Atlanta leading by 4. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Collins, good.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
The Celtics have gone 0 of 5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Cantor against Capella. Outside, Smart. Here's Cantor. And Capella sends it back. And Young, here we go. It's deflected. Stolen by Smart. And they're on the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Collins.
Well, what phenomenal work deep inside the post. Smart, willing, and able to get himself to the line.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
And that one falls for Smart. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
And you know what I love, Kevin, is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
Young finds Collins. Over Tatum, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You look at Tatum, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Hayward.
And they've got to get back to what they were doing in that first half if they want to somehow win this game. The offense has gone stagnant.
Here's Reddish, and it's blocked.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
And again, it's Atlanta.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Walker against Young. Outside, Smart. Outside, Tatum. He dishes it to Walker. Here's Cantor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Capella.
His effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
That's good from Cantor.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Jones checked in for Atlanta. And he can't hit the second. Atlanta leading by 7. Here's Young. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Walker the pass to Cantor. Back to Walker. He feeds it to Cantor, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
Celtics trail by 11. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Walker. 7 points in the game. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. There's the double team with Walker. Pass to Hunter. Jones, no one around him. Walk for the new shot clock. Shot by Collins, no good.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Walker, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Brown, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. Now a timeout called by Boston.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. The 4th spot held by Cam Reddish.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
The kick out to Brown. Off target with his 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hunter, and it's blocked by Brown.
Wow, twice on the pipe. Jaylen Brown with a message for the offense. Nice.
Reddish dishes to Collins, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Atlanta making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Stolen by Collins. Young outside. In the corner, it's Hunter. And stolen by Hayward. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 9 points for Walker.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Count that bucket.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Walker the pass to Poirier. Back to Walker. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Teague can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Walker against Young. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Celtics with possession here. It's a 13-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's Brown. And Jones sends it back.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Cantor against Teague. Some solid defense from Brown. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. A shot by Hayward, wide open, off target from 3-point range. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kemba Walker picks one up.
You know, the cleverness Young possesses is just uncanny. Puts the defense in a bind whenever he drives it to the rack.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Daniel Tice comes in for Enes Kanter. And then for Atlanta, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Jones. And Kevin Huerter's subbed in for Hunter. He hits the second from the line. Celtics trail by 14. Brown outside. Here's Williams. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Pass to Teague. And stolen by Hayward. And there's the pass to Tice. Outside Williams. Brown against Young. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Teague.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Feeds to Collins. With the shot. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Now, here is Young. He's got 21, and there it is for him. Young's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Boston's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Back to Walker. Brown outside. Inside. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Brown.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Teague played in with a nice touch off the glass. Teague's got 8 points.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Here's Walker. Basket counts. And here is Teague. He's got 8. Down low, here's Young. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Walker with it. He's got 13. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Teague. Young passes to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Here's Williams following the bucket by the Hawks. Kicks it to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last trip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Now, here is Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Gordon Hayward. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Getting around 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
The first free throw is good. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Then for the Hawks, Clint Capella comes in for John Collins. And DeAndre Bembry's subbed in for Young. Both shots good from the stripe.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Left side, Tatum. And the shot is long. Atlanta leading by 16. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. And he banks in the layup. And so it's Boston with it. Brown outside. Outside Williams. Brown kicks to Walker. Williams passes to Walker. That shot off.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Dedmon finds Teague. Here's Herter. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Atlanta with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Clint Capella is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Teague, and it's Herter in at the small forward position. Here's Bembry. Now here's Teague. Rebound, Kemba Walker.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Smart misses. The Hawks leading by 18. To the paint, stolen by Walker. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And slam dunk by Smart.
Now that's about amazing quickness. How about Marcus Smart's ability to beat everybody up the floor with that burst?
Here's Teague. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. And so he makes both from the line.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
And Reddish with the slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Now here's Smart. Left side, Walker. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And the Celtics making a change here. Cantor's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Hunter's checked in for Bembry.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Dedmon. Back to Teague. There's the double team with Walker. Dedmon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
A free throw drops for Dedmon. So he gets them both.
And that puts him right around 90 from the free throw line. Really good work here in the second half.
Walker against Teague. Walker dishes to Cantor. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Walker against Teague. Up and in on the layup.
Kev, that's just toughness on display from Jeff Teague. He's scoring despite taking some pretty big-time contact.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Dishes it to Cantor. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Smart.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Reddish. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
They get it back. Cantor. And Capella sends it back. And Reddish with the slam.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Celtics trail by 21. Here's Walker. Tatum kicks to Cantor. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or or even multiple expansions did this?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
So Boston ends up going with a new group.
One shot.
That's good from Capella. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
Right wing. Shot to stop the run. Wanamaker misses.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
For Boston, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Doris, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
And Jones sends it back. Now here's Reddish. Guarded closely. Fernando, that's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Boston with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. To end the cold streak. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. The Hawks have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Reddish, and Reddish with the slam.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
To the wing on the left. Now Langford releases from 15. The shot's good. Langford's got his first points of the night.
I like watching Langford when he's knocking down and trusting that jumper, proving he has the touch needed to do damage from outside. And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wanamaker the pass to Ojale. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a midseason tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that midseason tournament too.
Clock at 2. From deep. And it's Graham missing. Boston shooting in this 4th quarter pretty dire at 27%. Unloads from 13. Almost, but it rolls out.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Ogilvy. He kicks to Langford. Lays it up off the glass. Langford's got 4 this quarter.
A lethal attacker. Langford enjoys finding those avenues to the bucket and then just torching the defense.
Reddish the pass to Carter. The Hawks again can't hit. And the Celtics shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Now here's Langford. Graham defending. Here's Williams. Got a piece of it. Second shot opportunity. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Carter. Atlanta's shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Romeo Langford.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now, here's Langford. Here's Wanamaker. Passes it to Langford. He tries for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
Knocked loose. Here's Fernando. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Langford following the bucket by the Hawks.
And you see Langford's ability as a facilitator. Great court awareness.
Now here's Teague. Defense right on him. To the inside. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Here's Wanamaker. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
The Celtics shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. 1:46 left to play in the final quarter. Ojeleye passes to Poirier. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3. Atlanta's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Outside, Jones. The dish to Teague. And Boston with the rebound. Poirier's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hawks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Trae Young.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Wanamaker. To end the drought, he blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And it's blocked.
And looking engaged defensively. Langford showing he has what it takes to be a shot blocker.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.